It is Tuesday morning, I think. I've just left Northcliffe. From Northcliffe to Walpole is said to take 7 days. Well, I don't have that long. I have to be there by Saturday. So I'm going to be double hutting a few bits. And double hutting means you get to one hut, which is said to be a day's walk, and then you keep walking. Usually a day's walk will take me 4 hours, 5 hours. Today, instead of walking about 17 k's, I think I'm walking about 30 something. So we'll see how that goes. Welcome back to the Bibbulmun Track Adventure, brought to you by Intense Off-Road. In this episode, we continue the journey south from Northcliffe to Walpole. I just feel like any time of year is the perfect time of year to be down in this area of the world. I want pet kangaroos. That's interesting. Sand. That's going to slow me down 1 or 2 k's an hour. Coming up to Gardener Hut. It's only 11 AM. You are making excellent time, Captain. So I'll stop here for lunch. I read in the diary at that hut that further south it's a bit boggy and there are some marshlands that require wading. Sounds like fun. I'm going to take my shoes off this time. And the next hut has no water, so what the Department of Parks and Wildlife have done is dropped off a few jerry cans full of water, and sounds nice of them. And the lake is fresh water, so if you treat that you can drink that too. Second half of the day, so I've got 17 k's to cover. Should get to camp at around 4. That guy up there, slithering off into the bush, is a tiger snake. A very textbook tiger snake too. All right. Just before Northcliffe, there was still gravel. This is where it switches over to sand when you start walking into Northcliffe National Park. This national park has some really beautiful beaches. Might get to see some at some point.
I find myself walking through a swarm of what seem to be hornets, but they seem to be friendly. Well, at least not stingy. But that's a bit scary. They're not hornets, they're just huge wasps that make a very deep humming sound. Scared?
So I just came across a school group, bunch of young boys, and they've just come from the campsite I'm going to. They say there's another school group going there tonight, so should have some company. And probably a lot of noise. I'm getting old. Now don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have slowed down through this area. It's one of my favourites. But I had a schedule to keep. I had to get to Walpole for Saturday. The water's red. It's the effect the tannins have. Sure, you could still drink it. Who knows? Pit dunny with a solar panel. It's getting classy now. Oh, I have a feeling this is going to be quite special. It's been a long walk today. So what was it? 14 k's to the first hut, and then 17 k's from that hut to here. It's a bit past 3 o'clock, so I've done 17 k's. That's a speed record. I didn't even feel like I was walking fast. Alright, let's check out this lake. There is a breeze down here. Big breeze. It's quite cool. I think that's gonna get cold tonight. Wow. It's a big lake. Water looks nice. Sitting at camp, writing in the book, and I could hear voices. Not crazy. Well, not right now. A school group came along quite late in the evening. I didn't think they were going to show up, but the school group I met earlier on in the day said there was going to be a school group come into this camp later. So it's a group of year 10 boys from one of the schools up in Perth that do these sections for the year 10s every year. And I was speaking to one of the teachers, and they're just saying, so it's not a choice. They all have to do it, and it makes me wonder how I would have gone out here on the track with a bunch of people from my school, because I don't have any friends. It's just, the teacher has said some of them have lost it, but it's different. So different from day to day. So you'll get some people who are really handled themselves really good on one day, and then the next day they'll break down, or there'll be another kid that'll be having a go at him for breaking down, because kids will do that. And then the next day that kid will break down, and so it's a great learning thing for them, I think, to come out here and realise we're not against each other. We're all going through the same thing, and so we should help each other. And I wonder if that's what they're learning. What was I doing when I was 15? I'd just turned 15, and I left school. I went into the shipyards to do an apprenticeship. I can't say it was the wrong choice, because staying at school wouldn't have done much for me either, but it was a big change. And you really have to look after yourself when I think not so much look after yourself, because there's only so much you can do to look after yourself. When you're going through a big change, others need to look after you as well. That's my rant done for the day, really. I just want to come up and meet some of these boys and talk to them about what they're doing. Waking up at sunrise makes you feel like Mother Nature is putting on a show just for you. That roar is the sound of the mighty Southern Ocean just beyond those hills in the distance. You can hear it for a few days before you get to it. That was Lake Marringup. Beautiful spot. It got really cold last night. Really cold. And then the sun came up and it warms up quite quickly. It's going to be a warm day. Got a bit of ground to cover today. So yesterday was 31.3 k's. Today will be slightly shorter, 25. It's going to be good. I hope to see some more wildlife because I love it.
Nice little boardwalk through the swamp. Lots of frogs. I mean, it's all flowing. It's just all flowing in that direction. I don't know where it's going because I would have crossed it at some point. I don't know where it's going. Whether it's coming from the lake, going to the lake. I don't know. Squishy.
This is the biggest snake I've seen yet on this trip.
Yeah, that's not a tiger snake. That's a dugong. Oh, it's two snakes. I don't believe this, guys. I've come across two snakes mating. This is beautiful. I don't want to startle them. I'm just going to go there.
They know I'm here. Oh, 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 so one of them ran off. Oh. Now this one, whoa. I don't want to disturb anyone. I'm so sorry to walk in on you guys, but I got to get to where I'm going.
Look, you still got the whole day. You still got the whole day to do it. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Whew. I'm glad they were dugongs because if they were tigers, they wouldn't have ran. They would have. That is nature that I was hoping to see, but that is. Woo! They were exactly the same size too. Wow. Oh, that was really special. Oh. Oh. What? There's another one in there. Jeez. This is a good day for wildlife, folks. I really don't. I mean, who knows if I just stood there and waited for them, they could have been going at it all day. I don't know how long snakes take. I'm really sad I interrupted the breeding process, but I'm sure they'll get another opportunity.
talking to the school group, I said to them yesterday, I saw 3 tiger snakes today. How many did you see? I said, oh, none. Obviously, because they are. There's 13 boys stomping around. The snakes are going to hear them from a mile away. Because I'm just one person, if you're not careful enough, you're going to walk right over one. So it's an absolute joy and a privilege to be able to bring this to you folks at home and wherever you're watching this from. We're gonna see so much wildlife out here. I should not have attempted to go around those snakes. I don't know how long it takes for the mating process to happen. Yeah, it could have taken all day, and I could have stood there all day watching. I'm not sure if that's weird or if I like to watch nature, or I don't know. But
because I went around, and my shadow is what made them scram. So maybe I should have gone around the other way so my shadow didn't get in the way. I don't know. But when you do see snakes, it is best to just... Actually, what I should have done was just started stomping my feet lightly at a distance, just to sort of let them know I was there. Now, you saw one of them sort of wagging their tail quickly. I'm pretty sure that was a warning saying, hey, I'm busy here, go away. He had noticed I was there, and I continued to move past, and as soon as my shadow went over him, that's when he must have felt threatened. So, next time I come across one, I'm just going to stay here, stay a distance away and just stomp my feet just lightly at first so I don't startle them too much, and get heavier and heavier with my feet until they realise, yep, okay, there's another animal coming through here. Because even though they're dugites, and they're not as likely to strike as tiger snakes, well, I put myself in a position there where I could have been bitten. And although I've got my personal locator beacon, my distress beacon, and all the bandages and everything, and I'm wearing long pants and thick socks, it's just still, you don't want to put yourself in that position. Also for the well-being of the snake. You don't want to stress out a snake while it's trying to breed. You know, all snakes are protected because in the past, people were just killing them. As soon as they see them, kill it, because it could kill us. No, if you leave it alone, it's not going to touch you. There's my rant done about myself, putting myself in a situation that I shouldn't have. I acknowledge that. That was pretty stupid. So let's try and go about it the right way in the future, Jake. Good boy.
Stinks. Stinks. From a distance I thought it was a snake. That's the problem. Once you see one, you just start looking at every stick.
This is a doozy. It's very recent. Look at that.
You're walking amongst the bigger trees, the carries and just the carries. You feel a sense of company that I don't feel when I'm walking in this part that seems quite, in a way, barren and desolate. There's some trees in the distance, but they're not carries. And I think also, they say this is the hardest part, well, the longest part at 25 or 28 k's from hut to hut. But I did 31 k's yesterday, and that didn't feel as long as this does. It does feel long. When you're going along a just straight, sandy, boring stretch, it's really easy to get lost in your thoughts and to negativity tries to take over in your mind when you've got nothing else around you to distract you or focus on. But there's a hill up there, and that's an inviting change. It gives you a sense of hope that it's not just going to go on straight like this forever. This section kind of reminds me of home. I'm glad that section, that barren section, is over. And it just, and I got to the end of it, and I'm instantly reminded, when there's more trees and stuff coming into your vision and into your mind, I'm reminded that I'm out here for the experience of the whole thing, the whole 1,000 k's, more or less. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but I'm out here to experience it all, the good things and the bad things. I've walked through rain, I've walked through heat, walked through cold, walked through boredom, and you just keep going. Apply that to whatever you want to apply it to in society. Now that is a sight for sore everything. What a day.
Winning? Oh, this is perfect. This place looked tiny on the map. I didn't think this creek would be flowing. I am getting straight in there. Straight in. There are a lot of tannins in this water. Maybe it'll make my skin darker.
That froth that you see, that's just a byproduct of, it's got something to do with the tannins in the water. If you don't know what tannins are, it's the same as tea basically. So all the leaves that fall off all these trees all the way upstream, they fall in there, and bark and twigs, and it all sort of forms a tea. Hey, so you meet new people every day, and today there is a school group, and go for it, mate. Woo. Taking turns, see what happens there. Look at this fancy setup these guys got going on. You got some dehydrated, what is it, mince?
Mince, yeah. Yes.
Mince. Look at that, you got your carrots, you got your veggies, that's gourmet.
It's got a whole wok.
Yeah, they've got woks,
Sucks to carry.
chopping boards, and I suppose, what do you guys do? You all work together and carry, someone carries the wok and someone carries the, fantastic. That is fantastic. Got this communal dinner going on. 7:30. Beautiful time to start walking. Tell you what, the lads from Christchurch School up in Claremont, that's in Perth, just a group of 15-year-olds, 2 teachers. They come out here for like an end of year thing. They have to do it. It's not a choice. It's compulsory. That's the word I'm looking for. And they have a very strict program that they stick to, schedule. They started walking at 6 a.m. It's too cold for me. I shared a coffee with the teacher. Well, he shared his coffee with me, that's one. Now, there is a thing that they're doing that I wish happened when I was in school. And I'm sure a couple of other schools are getting onto this. They are taught at a young age the seriousness of the mental health issues going on with young men. And so they're encouraged to talk about it. So they gather around each night to talk about how the day went. And they're encouraged to talk about their struggles and share their struggles with each other. And I was in bed by this time, because I'm not part of the group, but I feel so lucky to have listened in as some of the young men were talking on behalf of one of the young men here. Heard him saying he's been through some stuff in his life, and what helped him yesterday, which was a tough day for them, what motivated him was seeing this man was talking about how he was feeling a bit beaten up by this sand dune, and he saw one of the other young men in tears and thought, okay, so I'm not the only one struggling, and I feel like I can struggle together. And he was explaining this in front of everyone, and then you go on to the next person and he would explain about his struggle and how he got through it, and they share this with each other, and then they say, my person of the day is such and such, and they'll name another member of the group, and I just think it's absolutely fantastic. This is what should be being taught in schools. These guys are learning a form of communication that I wish I knew when I was their age. That would have saved a lot of mental trauma. It's fantastic, and I can't wait to be a part of that in the future. Don't know how I'm going to do it, but it doesn't have to be through a school, but some way. Got 41 Ks today. Let's get on with it.
I thought I smelled something. How often do you only see that much of a pig? I wonder where the rest of it is.
Yep, this is the track. And if a snake was to bite me, now is the place. That over there is Mount Chance. There's a hut somewhere there with a water tank. Stop there for lunch, refill, bit of a rest. Making excellent time, Captain. Nice looking camp spot, this one. Here I am in my undies. Biggest Jew guy comes through camp. Look at this guy. He's gorgeous. Oh, he's noticed me. Now, because this guy is moving and I haven't startled him, he's less likely to have a go at me. There you go. Doesn't want anything to do with me. Look at that. At lunchtime, got my clothes drying off from all the sweat. A snake comes to say hello. It's just fantastic. The Mount Chance Hut is officially the last place you can have a campfire before heading further south. This place also marks the end of part 1 of my Northcliffe to Walpole section. Please join me in the next episode, coming soon.